What's up, you movie maniacs, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host, as always, Jay Schatzer. And guess what? It is time for another Quickie movie haul. Got a bunch of new stuff in the collection, and it's time to show it off. So let's jump right in and see what I got for us. First up is one hell of an amazing looking collection. I have already watched one film off of it and love the hell out of it. It is a Mexican luchador extravaganza, and I guess the box set is called Santo, the Silver Masked. And if anyone has seen, or I guess doesn't know about the Santo films, it's pretty much a famous luchador wrestler who goes on adventures, battles all kinds of crazy monsters. It's very interesting. Think pretty much Universal Monsters with a masked wrestler dude. really, really weird and out there stuff. But it's such a fun kind of film series, and I guess specific genre in Mexico. But there are 8 films on this collection that VCI put out. And yeah. I know the big thing with this collection is that it's only English dub. It's not original Spanish, I guess. And I mean, that is kind of crappy, but I think the dubs actually make it that much more fun. And I've only seen the first film, and I think it was one of the earliest ones, the Santo and the Wax Museum. And it actually was a pretty good dub. Some of the past dubs I've gotten from different places did not pan out too well, but this one actually matched up with the film. The voices kind of, embodied the characters they were playing, and it's just a really decent audio track on the first film, at least. So I don't know about the rest. I know I do own one of them, the Mummy, Santo and the Vengeance of the Mummy. But, yeah, I guess I'll go through the movies. There are 8 on here, and the first one is Santo and the Wax Museum. Then Santo in the Treasures of Dracula. Then on Santos versus the Riders of Terror. Santo and the Vengeance of the Mummy. Santo versus Frankenstein's Daughter. Santo and Blue Demon versus Dracula and the Wolfman. Santo and Blue Demon versus Dr. Frankenstein, and finally Santo and Mantequilla Napolis in the Revenge of La Llorona, I guess. I can't say that damn word. But yeah, it looks like it's packed to the gills with some really awesome films. Some I've seen before, some I have never even knew existed. But definitely something that I've been looking forward to seeing for a long time. I've always been a huge Santo fan and never really had a chance to buy all of these guys in one collection. They've always been kind of here and there, pick them up. But this looks like a very solid... I know it's not all the Santo films, because there's a shit ton out there. But 8 movies in one package. Really awesome. Pretty cheap, too, for... having this many movies on there. And first movie looked great, so, there's 2 movies per disc. So, and it looked fine to me, so. Santo, the Silver Masked collection from VCI. So far, I recommend it. I highly recommend it. I know at least all the transfers are going to be good, but I don't know about the English dub on some of these. Because this is the first time I'm kind of viewing them and giving them a listen. But so far, the first movie, The Wax Museum, solid English dub on it. And hopefully all the rest of them will be up to par. Or at least, decent enough. Because I'm really just getting the collection for the movies. Because they're probably never going to be in HD in at least Region A. So, yeah. Just a really cool collection. Really happy with it so far. Probably going to watch a couple films tonight after doing this. And, yeah. Definitely pick it up. And like I said, I have maybe 2 of these ones already in Blu-ray, so most of them are first in the collection. But let's move it on to some Japanese horror. Arrow Video put this one out, and I've actually only seen the first movie in this trilogy, but damn good film. The movie, or what I'm talking about, is One Missed Call, the trilogy. So we got 1 and 2 and 3, and Arrow put this one out, like I said, and just a really cool film in general, the first one, because I've only seen that one. I don't believe I've seen the second one. Third one, I know I've not seen it. But, yeah. Pretty much stems off of the success of The Ring and Grudge, kind of riding that Japanese horror craze that happened. And, yeah, just a really, really awesome film. Of course, I'm speaking up about the first one. It's the only one I've seen. And just one that I have not seen since it was first released. So definitely looking forward to checking the first one out again and kind of going down number 2 and 3 and seeing what they are all about. But One Missed Call trilogy by Arrow. I do own One Missed Call, the first one, on, I think it's like a bootleg DVD that I got for my birthday from my girlfriend at that time, when it first came out. But, nice to have all of these on Blu-ray, because I've never owned the number 2 and number 3. But looking forward to checking them out, seeing what they're all about. But next up is a favorite of mine, Darren Aronofsky. I think I said that right. Darren Aronofsky's film. Kind of nobody really talks about this one, but it's probably one of my favorites of his. Really out there in concept. But the execution is superb, cast is amazing, and some pretty cool emotional heartstring moments in there. Movie I'm talking about is The Fountain. Really, really, really love this one. And I've been wanting to pick it up on Blu-ray because I have the DVD. But always wanted to upgrade it because it's one of my favorites. And one that just really devastates me. It's really got a crazy story to it. I know it follows 3 different time periods in sync, and kind of just going through the flow of time that way, and just a really, really engrossing story, to say the least. And Hugh Jackman and, was it Rachel Weisz? Is that her name? Yeah, Rachel Weisz are the 2 main leads in it, and they do amazing in all the time periods that they play. Really cool concept. If you haven't seen it before, definitely check it out. It's out there for sure, but definitely something that's a little bit of a masterpiece that nobody really talks about. But it's one of my favorites of his, and I just really love the whole love story intertwined throughout the whole kind of time frame displacement thing going on. But yeah, The Fountain. Love it. Upgraded to Blu-ray. It was already in the collection, and now it is even better looking than it was before. But let's move forward to a collection of classy horror movies. I don't believe I've seen any of them, but I know they're classy because they have come from Universal. It's part of the Universal Horror Collection. I own numbers 1, 2, and 3, and now I have volume 6. I still need to get my hands on 4 and 5, and I don't know if it's still, it probably goes to 7 and 8. I don't even know, but I've just been trying to grab them whenever I can when I see them at a decent price. And it finally got down to kind of a low, well, I guess $40. So I think that's pretty good for this set. But in volume 6, we have the Black Castle. We've got Cult of the Cobra. We have The Thing That Couldn't Die, and finally The Shadow of the Cat. And looks like it has got a bunch of cool actors and actresses in there, mixing things up. Barbara Sheely, got some Boris Karloff in there, Lon Chaney. But yeah, the first 3 volumes are really, really good. I watched a few of them on there, and really looking forward to diving into this one and seeing what they all have to offer. Like I said, I have not seen any of these ones, but I've been always wanting to see Cult of the Cobra and the Black Castle. And I don't think I own The Thing That Couldn't Die, but I could be mistaken. But definitely looks awesome. And I'm really loving these Universal horror collections. Just really cool stuff. And a lot of stuff that you've never seen before or even heard. They put so many cool looking things out back then. But it's nice to see them getting this really awesome treatment with these box sets. Really loving them. So keep churning them out. But yep. Awesome. Awesome. I'm tired. I just got back from a date that went really well. But I am whooped. I am very, very tired. It was a very tough as hell day at work. Then had a 4 or 5 hour date. So it went well. But I'm ready to get this video done and just lay down and watch some Santo flicks. But up next is one of my favorite 80s comedies, kind of romantic comedies that I grew up with as a kid. I think I recorded off a TV on a VHS and watched it over and over and over and over again. Awesome music in it. Just fun film all around. Really, really ridiculous. The movie I'm talking about is Who's That Girl with Madonna. Yep, I had to pick it up on DVD because it is not out on Blu-ray, and damn it, I want to see this movie. I want it in the collection, and so I went with the DVD. I don't usually buy DVDs anymore, but didn't really have a choice with this one. But this movie is fun as hell. Just pretty much Madonna getting into wacky situations, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But it's a fun movie. Great cast. Griffin Dunne is kind of the male counterpart in there, and he does an amazing job with it. Just a fun, very different 80s movie. Yeah, I don't really have much more to say about it. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's fun. Harmless fun. But like I said, great music. Just great flavor. But that's Who's That Girl. First time in the collection. Should have been in there a long time ago because it's one of my favorites, but took me forever to get it. Up next is a very strange, I think this is like an independent film. Very unorthodox. I believe it was shot guerrilla style. And it's definitely different. But I picked it up on Blu-ray. I already own it on DVD, but figured I'd upgrade it because it is a neat little movie that I can't believe it was ever made. Movie I'm talking about is Escape from Tomorrow. Really weird. Shot all in Disneyland, I believe, or maybe Disneyland and Disney World. But pretty much just follows a guy who goes on a family vacation and he just starts losing his shit at Disney World. And he just starts seeing trippy, weird stuff going on, and it's kind of like a horror movie, I guess. If it can like peg it down in one genre. But yeah, really crazy. But definitely something you need to check out if you haven't seen it before. Just for the fact that it was shot in the Disney lot without anyone knowing, and it actually flows together pretty nicely. And just a lot of cool visuals and weird situations, and just a cool and strange concept to say the least. But yep, that is Escape from Tomorrow. Escape from Tomorrow. And weird. Definitely weird. Definitely check it out if you like kind of oddball independent cinema. That it's totally weird and surreal. But like I said, owned it on DVD and upgraded it to Blu-ray. But next up is a brand spanking movie that just came out. It is a I'm going to say it's the third movie in the series because I do not acknowledge the 2016, I believe is when it came out. Reimagining. But if you haven't guessed it by now, what I'm talking about is Ghostbusters Afterlife. I really love this movie. Just pulled on my heartstrings on a lot of the parts. I was really swept up with the new cast. I thought they did an amazing job. I think every single character in this movie I was a fan of. I followed each one of their stories, was caught up in it, really was laughing at the parts that were funny, awe-inspired at the parts that were crazy. It's just a really awesome film with a great family dynamic that's kind of unorthodox. It's not the typical family. yeah, the special effects are cool because they harken back to the style of the original 2 films. And there's a lot of fan service in the movie, but not the kind that seems insulting, I guess is the best way to put it. And it's just a fun movie all around. Really, really awesome stuff. They pull a lot of stuff from the first film mostly, but I mean, some people might complain because they retread on certain like main villains. They use the same ones, but I think it ties it all together, and I think it's probably the best outcome you can have with the death of Harold Ramis, with him being put into the film the best way they could and kind of bringing back some of the old cast. Just a satisfying effort and beats the hell out of the 2016 film. Just a really cool back to basics for Ghostbusters, and I think it's something the franchise definitely needed, because I would like to see a continuation of some of this stuff, because I did like the characters so much and just thought it was a film that had heart. So I think that's the best that we could have asked for a franchise that pretty much was dying after the 2016 film. Jesus Christ. But yep, awesome film. Glad to have it in the collection, and definitely going to check it out because I haven't seen it since the theaters. And I had a blast with it, so definitely going to be watching it sometime soon. And the last one, I just looked to see what the last one was. Oh my god, this movie's ridiculous. Last but definitely not least is a movie that I don't know. When it first came out, I wasn't a huge fan of it, but I was kind of mesmerized by it because I was a teenage boy. But after like having a long kind of journey through film and cinema, kind of look back on it and really dig what Paul Verhoeven was doing with this. And I'm a huge fan of his. So at the time, I didn't even put 2 and 2 together that was his film. But yeah, I have a love for all of his stuff now. But the movie I'm talking about, if you haven't guessed, is Showgirls. Yeah, this movie's freaking nuts if you really think about it. I mean, really just, it's really out there is the best way to put it. And Elizabeth Berkley, I've always known her from Saved by the Bell. She comes out of the gate swinging on this one and just goes full crazy. The whole movie's crazy. The whole damn thing is crazy. Who knew that the Showgirls world was so cutthroat? But yeah, it's a badass film, I can say. Really out there. I don't know why anyone decided to make a movie on this subject, but Paul Verhoeven really just goes batshit crazy with it. And it's just an interesting film in general. One that I didn't appreciate it, like I said, when it first came out, but kind of had a love for it over the years. And just the audacity of the film, I think, is what's the most bold and kind of daring thing about it. It's really out there. Really hardcore and brutal in parts and just cutthroat. But yeah, I've never had it in the collection before, and I saw it was for, I want to say it was for $6.99 used at FYE. And I was like, why not? Why the hell not? Showgirls, why the hell not? And I kind of was surprised that I hadn't had it in the collection before, but just one of those films that kind of snuck away from me and never got it in there. But yep, Showgirls. It's in the collection. It's in the collection now. No turning back. But yeah, that's it. That is it for this movie haul. Quickie. And pretty varying films in there. A lot of different stuff. But all good, all amazing, and all entertaining. So much entertainment, I don't know what to do with. I mean, it's all over here. It's all behind me. But guys, that's it for me. Hope you like that one, and I hope you like what I'm doing here. If you do, please like and subscribe. And if you have time, leave a comment below, because I'd love to hear from you. But until then, you guys stay safe, stay out of trouble, and I'll see you the next time I'm in front of a camera talking about movies. So take care, stay safe, and I'll see you later. See ya!